heard someone drawing near. "Stay hidden, then please do what I've asked," Bronner said. He nodded, looking at the little girl with curly red hair and large blue eyes. "Thank you, young guardian," Bronner whispered before stepping from behind the rocks. A deep, disturbing voice made Faolan shiver. He couldn't help peeking, then wished he hadn't. The man was very tall and wore unusual clothing. Faolan knew he was a black-hearted devil even before he saw his eyes glowing fiery red. He smiled an unfriendly smile. "You truly thought you could hide her from us, Bronner?" "Why have you come, Oran?" she asked. "Why not send more of your demons like the ones who came to us while we slept, tried to steal my child and stabbed me?" "I sensed they'd managed to wound you and followed the scent of witch's blood. I'll take the child now. We'll school her in dark magic, use her abilities as we desire. The other transcendent witches, their allies, gods and guardians, won't know her fate till we meet in battle to determine who'll reign over the human realm." "I'll never let you have her," Bronner said. "You're mortally wounded, woman, though I must commend you on your perseverance. You've been cleverly jumping through time since before she was born, but we'll always find her." "Not if I kill her. I'd rather she die than be with you and your kind." Bronner pulled out the blade that glinted ominously in the last bit of daylight. "Don't be foolish," the frightening man roared. Bronner didn't listen. Faolan held his hand to his mouth to stop himself from crying out when she plunged the blade into the girl-child's chest. The man lunged for Bronner, but she pulled away. Blood seeped through the child's frock, and the woman wailed wretchedly. It made Faolan's heart ache. She kissed her baby's head, then tossed her into the sea. Strange light poured from the man's hands as he reached for the child, but the sea became abruptly stormier, and a sizable wave carried her away. The man snarled angrily. His eyes glowed redder as he picked up the woman and roughly shook her like Faolan had once seen a wolf shake a rabbit. He heard Bronner's neck snap. With supernatural strength, the horrid man tossed her hard against the rocks. He growled again, then stared in Faolan's direction. He jerked back behind the rock, trying to hide, but Oran came to him. He stared intently, yet didn't speak, and oddly didn't harm him. Peculiar green light surrounded Oran before he simply vanished. Was Faolan dreaming? He had bad dreams sometimes about his parents and that fateful day when he was younger. This must be real, for he was cold and hungry. He waited, making sure the frightening man didn't return. Trying not to look at Bronner's crumpled body, Faolan hurried toward the sea. He couldn't see the child, though the beam from the lighthouse illuminated the area. How could she be alive anyway when she was stabbed and drowned? He finally noticed a glimmer in the water. Already in disbelief, Faolan saw a mighty creature he was nearly certain was a sea serpent swimming to shallower water, pushing the girl-child. Faolan rubbed his eyes. He summoned his courage and stepped nearer. The creature further startled him when it spoke. "Do as her mother requested, boy." Faolan scooped the child from the water. She was limp and icy cold. "Stay behind the rocks. Breathe life into her and keep her warm till someone comes for her." "When the tide comes in, we'll both be drowned," Faolan argued. "If you're holding her, her magic will protect you, young guardian," the creature said before submerging. Faolan took the child behind the rocks and pulled off her wet garment. By the beam of Dado's large lighthouse lantern, he noticed her shiny locket. She wasn't bleeding now, but also wasn't breathing. He gently pushed on her chest, then breathed into her mouth. She coughed and spat up water, but her eyes remained closed. Faolan sat against a rock, put her to his chest, wrapped her inside his cloak and held her. He sighed with relief when she finally squirmed and made a soft sound. She latched her smaller arms around his neck, holding so tightly it made him feel brave and important. His grandparents would worry. Even now he heard Dado calling. He wanted to tell him he was safe, but afraid the horrid Oran would return, maybe